What's up, guys? Jason Stewart here with Epic Fighting, and I am here with none other than Max Gamboa, who has his own business, what's it called?
The Health Forge.
The Health Forge. And you're in real estate, you do loans. Yeah. So a lot of people look at these fighters as like that's all they do is they fight, or they would never have these types of jobs. But you're working in like the health industry, you're working in real estate, and you're fighting. How you juggle all that?
It's kind of how I've always been. If you ask any of my friends, family, I've always worked a bunch of jobs. I've always wanted to work for myself. I've always wanted to work on my own schedule. So, right out of high school, I actually started my own window washing business.
Okay.
So for the last 6-7 years, I was doing that. I actually just sold it a few months ago.
You sold the business?
Sold my window washing business, yeah.
It's rare for people to successfully sell their business because they think of it as a job, not a business. So that's
right,
impressive.
Right, yeah. So I had, I always wanted to work for myself and had some extra hours during the summer. One summer, went up to my dad and I was like, Dad, what else can I do? And he told me how he started his own window washing business when he was younger. So I went and did it, got me, my friend some jobs, we all got some money. It was cool. And then I kind of just kept doing it. I enjoyed my clients, I enjoyed doing the work. And yeah, so I just recently got out of that and started, the Health Forge, kind of a health and wellness company.
I love it.
And then doing loans as well.
So you hated MMA in a sense because you grew up with it, like completely engulfed with it. Your dad was one of the early fighters, especially in lightweight. There wasn't a lot of lightweight opportunities for MMA. There wasn't a lot of opportunities at all for MMA at that time. So when I hear that your dad was doing it on a high level, that's pretty cool. And he's hanging out with Rampage and Tito, and these are like their kids are your friends and living with you. Tell us a little bit about that and why it made you pull away from MMA and how you ended up coming back to it.
Yeah, so I was kind of just born into it, right? Didn't really think twice about it. That's kind of what my dad did. Those were the people I was around. Those were the people living in my house on some occasions.
Yeah.
Thomas Denny, Mayhem Miller, Rampage Jackson, just some of the names of people or their kids that have lived with us.
Yeah, you said that Tito Ortiz gave you your first PlayStation and one of Rampage's children lived with you for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, kind of grew up around that. And for a while, I didn't even realize that other kids didn't grow up learning how to fight,
Yeah.
So, but I trained a while with my dad and, he had some business deals gone wrong in the MMA community, some people who weren't treating him fairly. There were some drugs and alcohol things surrounding that community.
Yeah.
It
had a negative stigma, especially early in the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, by the time I was 11 or 12, I've been training a few times a week, maybe some boxing, some jiu-jitsu here and there. I told my dad, hey, I think I'm done with this. I'm going to go and play volleyball. I'm going to go play soccer. Just kind of go hang out with my friends and not beat people up anymore.
Yeah.
And, he wasn't super happy about that, but he's always encouraged me to be my own person and make my own decisions. Right. So, he encouraged me to do that if that's what I wanted to do. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm about 21, and my dad and I are watching ESPN, and they're talking about this guy, Conor McGregor, coming to fight Jose Aldo. And of course, still keeping up with the sport, maybe not training, but keeping up.
Still watch it.
Right. Knew just how great Jose Aldo was.
Yeah.
And this loudmouth Irishman was going to come in and said he was going to knock him out in the first round. And my dad and I were,
we all rolled our eyes.
Exactly.
This guy, Jose Aldo was pound for pound the baddest man on the planet. Yeah.
Right. So, but I figured, hey, I'll check this guy out before the fight, get some details. You always like knowing the people that are fighting before they fight.
Who is this crazy guy that thinks he's going to beat Jose Aldo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in his interviews, he was much more mellow and referenced Bruce Lee a lot. And my dad had always talked about Bruce Lee, but I never really looked into it.
Right.
So then I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of Bruce Lee, movies, videos, how he talked about life, and just fell in love with the whole process.
Yeah.
And then really just took me into a martial arts gym and was right back where I started, and I had a way different view of it and how to act, and kind of changed my whole life as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's amazing. Your journey of MMA, you leave it, you come back to it, and you get in touch with the spiritual side of the martial arts, the philosophy of it. So you're in a fight in 2019 for Epic Fighting. You're winning the fight. Would you say that you were?
It was a competitive fight.
It was a pretty close fight.
Yeah, pretty competitive fight.
So I was wondering where you are in your head, because some people are like, I don't really know.
Right.
But some people are like, I feel like I was whooping their ass, and it wasn't that clear, or they might have even been getting whooped, you know?
Yeah.
So you feel like it was a pretty competitive fight.
Pretty competitive
You
fight.
throw a knee, and you stop the fight with the knee.
Yep.
And they give the fight to the other guy because they say that they thought the knee was illegal.
Yeah, so basically what happened was it was back and forth striking the whole time, right? A little backstory on the fight. Was fighting for the Epic 135 title. Guy was supposed to fight, showed up to weigh-ins, came in 4 pounds over, said no worries, that's okay, I'm not worried about it. Pulls out of the fight 2 hours later, even after I accepted it. So I end up taking...
He pulls out even after we accept...
Yeah, even after I accepted
This is why I don't do the
matchmaking.
matchmaking. I would hurt somebody, okay.
Thankfully, though, the guy who does do the matchmaking, Harvey, was able to find me a 145er who didn't have a fight. Right?
Harvey's our guy,
he said, we got a 145er. I know it's weight class up, but
the day of the fight.
Day of the fight.
He gets you an opponent.
Yes, the 145er's opponent didn't show up.
Okay.
I said, let's do it. My
go.
Fans are here, same day, we're here to fight. Doesn't really matter, 10 pounds, whatever.
Hell yeah.
So competitive fight, right? Third round, I get him up against the cage, knee to the liver, curls up in a ball, spits up some stuff. I pull away. Because he's done, I know he's not moving, right?
It's a wrap.
I have heard that when you get hit in the liver, it can feel like you got hit in the nuts. So he kind of starts grabbing the groin area.
Okay.
And the ref goes, yeah, it was a groin shot.
Because he's doing this.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Okay.
I go, no, it was clean, it was to the liver. What are you going to tell the ref to run the tape,
Yeah.
So even though that happened, they didn't stop the clock while he was recovering. So 45 seconds to a minute goes off the clock while he's getting his time to recover. They restart the round. I'm thinking I got time now. I'll just go in and finish him, whatever. I'll hit the same spot. Right away, round's over. And he's kind of, running away the rest of the round. He ends up getting the split decision.
Okay.
So even with the knee to the groin, it was a close fight, right? Split decision.
Did they take a point or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, didn't take a point. I don't know. I wasn't told that they took a point. Maybe they did. But anyways, he got the split decision. A couple months later, the commission reviewed it and said that the knee was clean, but they weren't going to switch it on the record.
And that's the difference between MMA and boxing. In boxing, if you stun someone, you knock them down, they get 10 seconds to recover, look in the eyes, make sure they're going. In MMA, if you have someone stunned, you kill, you finish. That's where your killer instinct comes in. You don't get to stand up for 10 seconds and hold on, my liver hurts, or hold on, I'm rocked. The fight is finished. So for them to stop it and let him recover, I would like to see a rematch of that fight. But anyway, you're coming back for the title.
Yep.
October 29th. You're fighting for the title.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel this fight's going to go down?
I'm really excited for this fight, man. The guy I'm fighting, Brandon Dwyer.
Oh, you're fighting Brandon?
I'm fighting Brandon.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
okay.
I've seen some of his footage, and it just, in my mind, seems like an awesome fight. He likes to come forward. He likes to bang.
Dude, Brandon has been begging for a fight, and we could not get anyone to fight him last time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're scared of him or if it just wasn't panning out logistically or whatever. But I know he is motivated. He just had a baby.
Yeah. Just I've seen a little bit of his Instagram page and stuff like that because you guys were posting him.
He's got a new baby, and he seems hungrier than ever. He's fighting for something bigger than himself.
Yeah.
And so, oh man.
Seems like a good dude. Seems like a guy who likes to scrap.
Yeah.
I know he last time had his opponent pull out a few weeks before the fight, or maybe even a week or two before the fight. And I hate that. So I know he's going to show up. Mm-hmm. Nice for me not to have to worry about that.
Yeah. He's game.
And we're just going to get after it. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for people who actually don't even know what's going on in fighting, right? Because it's just going to be one of those.
This is one of those fights you don't have to know. You don't have to have taken 15 jiu-jitsu classes to learn if you're there, the energy, you're going to be able to see what's going on, and it's going to be a high, intense, high energy fight. Yeah. I'm excited for it, bro.
It's going to be a good one, man.
I can't wait, bro. I'm glad you made it down.
Yeah.
Epic Fighting, October 29th. I'll see you guys there. Get your tickets at epicfighting.com. Follow us on social media at Epic Fighting. See you guys there. Boom.